warning.
Hello and welcome to Build. I am Rihanna Dillon and as ever we are live from London. Today I am delighted to be joined by the cast and exec producer of ITV's new police drama series Wild Bill. Before we meet them, let's check out the trailer.
Hello, I'm the new chief constable. You're American?
I'm not like everyone else, sir. I'm excited you're here.
Well, that's a first.
Boston's got the highest murder rate in England.
Miami, we get 150.
You're boasting, though. Brits don't like boasters.
I only came to get my life back on track. I'm disgraced, humiliated. My own daughter won't speak to me, and she's the only reason I came to this godforsaken cabbage patch in the first place.
I know it's today, Mikey.
Believe me, I tried. Nobody shoots anybody here because it's England.
You are everything I thought you'd be.
Woo! Yay!
Julian Lambert and exec producer Rory Aitken. Have a seat. How are you all?
Very well, thank you.
Good. Excited to be chatting about Wild Bill today? Yeah. Good. Can't wait to hear all about it. If you want to get in touch and ask these guys questions, then please do tweet us at BuildSeriesLDN or leave a comment below this video if you're watching live on Facebook. So we've just seen a very interesting tease there. Tell us a little bit more about Wild Bill.
Me?
Go on, Jimmy.
Alright. As you saw, it's a cop show with Rob Lowe as the centrepiece. It's set in Boston, Lincolnshire. And we've got the lovely Bronwyn James, who is basically like our leading lady. I play quite a cheeky police officer. And this handsome man is also the lead.
Stand on set, trying to make sure nothing goes wrong.
Stand on set, panicking in the corner, like, oh no, we're running out of time, guys. But yeah.
We've got a nice little clip that we're about to show, which kind of, I think, introduces you very well in particular. Yeah, so let's take a look.
This is a perfect place for a lad like you looking to make a comeback. You'll still have a couple of murders by a year's end. You'll have 100% clear-up rate. And then you really will have something to boast about, won't you? Eh?
Howdy y'all, much obliged for the fine welcome to this here East Lincolnshire Shire Sheriff's Office. We're gonna be making us a few changes around these parts. As our nation's president once memorably said,
It's a pretty good accent. What are you going for? West Texas? Lubbock?
I don't really know, sir, just, cowboy and that. John Wayne.
Are you still talking? I've never actually been to Texas. I have, however, been to UCLA, where I got my degree in criminology, to go along with my master's from Yale. I also have a doctorate in statistical mapping from MIT, although I don't use the whole doctor thing, because nobody likes a wise ass. Isn't that right, PC Drakes? But you are right about one thing. Your government demands a 10% cut in your budget to go along with a 10% reduction in crime rate. And that's where I come in.
Hey!
So Rob Lowe obviously plays Chief Constable Bill Hixon. So Rory, can you tell us how he came on board?
How he came on board?
Yeah.
Well, we started developing the script, and it's actually based on kind of a reality, which is that in 2014, the law changed to allow foreign police chiefs to take over UK police forces. So although this hasn't happened yet, it actually could happen. And the creators came up with that idea and thought, well, let's base a drama on that. And we ended up basing ourselves in Lincolnshire, and who weirder, madder or more fun to come to Lincolnshire and take over the police force than Rob Lowe. And he, he's such a great actor and has had such a long career. He was a child actor and has stayed on top that whole time with incredible series like, The West Wing incredible movies early in his career. He's done Wayne's World. You know, the list is endless. And I think he always likes to push himself out there and take interesting risks. And luckily, our show was an interesting risk for him. And so he kind of landed here. And I think even he, when he got to Lincolnshire, was like, whoa, okay, this is an interesting risk. Yeah, this is beyond my comfort zone. But he's into that, and he embraced it, and that was really exciting and great. And to put him together with a kind of best of British cast, it was really exciting.
What was it like working with him from an actor's perspective?
It was wonderful. I mean, like, I'm a massive Parks and Rec fan. So,
oh my god, me too.
I had no idea that Rob was even involved until I did the auditions, read the script, I'm like, wow, this is so funny, I have to be part of it. And then I got there and Block 1 director Charles Martin was there, was like, right, so I'm glad you're auditioning for the part. You do know it's going to be against, don't you? It's going to be Rob Lowe. I'm like, chuck it. Honestly, my heart hit my knees and that was wonderful. So yeah, it's been really good working with him, with everyone really.
Yeah. What about for you? Yeah.
I know him very well from The Outsiders, because in school that I think it used to be part of the syllabus to write an essay on The Outsiders. But I wasn't very keen on reading at that age, so I just watched the movie and wrote the essay on the movie.
Yeah, I think we all did that, didn't we?
It was pretty similar, I think. So.
And Rory, how did you become involved in the series?
Well, so at my production company, 42, we've been developing the series for, these things take a long time, so for a few years. And, with our partners, we kind of started putting it together bit by bit, and really Rob was the key bit. And then we took it to ITV, and Polly Hill, the drama commissioner there, absolutely loved the show, loved the idea of bringing Rob Lowe over. And so we did a few rounds of the script with her to really finesse what it was, because I think there's quite a fine line between the sort of drama and the humour that you need to get right. And then when she decided we had that, she said go, and we fixed Rob's dates and couldn't quite believe it.
Well, what was it like for you guys reading the script for the first time? Because like you say, the humour really stands out for something like this, which can get very dark and gritty.
Oh yeah,
there's always a smile on the other side.
Definitely. I mean, I think it's something that just how closely it kind of teeters between, is it a comedy, is it a drama? I think it falls really nicely in that kind of middle ground. But even reading the script ahead of time and even on set, there's parts where you're going, oh wow, that's really fun. Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no, someone's just died and I'm still laughing. Why is this funny? And I think that's something that is part of the charm of the series, is that you kind of don't know whether you're coming or going with it in terms of how funny or how sad or how dark it is. So yeah, I think that's a really good thing.
What were the main challenges in bringing this to the screen then?
Oh God,
After you.
Bringing back traumatic memories. No, I think it was an absolute pleasure to make. To be honest, I mean, all production is super hard because you've got a budget, you've got time, you've got to make it in, and you're putting kind of interesting and hopefully novel things together. And like we said, like bringing kind of Rob together and a UK film crew, and no one's worked together before, and suddenly you're filming in Lincolnshire, where like nobody, it seems, has ever filmed before, is a challenge. And like to the point that our like location scouts would be looking for locations, and the guy drove up to a farm and he was practically seen off because the farmer didn't believe he was actually making an ITV show. He thought it was just a tall story and he was casing the joint to rob it. And then the moment it was announced, like everyone in Lincolnshire knew, and like before he got out the car, they'd be like, "Is this the Rob Lowe show?"
How did they respond to the idea of Bill, like this kind of straight talking American sort of coming over?
Well, they haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. But yeah, they've sort of. I think they liked the idea that Rob was coming, and we actually filmed in a live, like real market in Boston that was going on there and then. We didn't build our own market or anything, and we just filmed with a steady cam and Rob walking and talking with other actors, and people were just like walking in who didn't realise we were filming and like asking him for a selfie and stuff. And that caused quite a stir.
Bit of a Rob mob.
Yeah.
Does it make a difference when you're filming on location somewhere like this to, I don't know, somewhere?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I think it's hard already to find somewhere that looks like Boston, because it's just basically that
It's fabulous.
Miles. There was one the second episode we filmed this scene at these crossroads, and it's literally 10 miles of potato fields on that side, 10 miles of cabbages on that side, one tree, and then 10 miles of potatoes again. So trying to find something like that in a kind of artificial setting, it's easy just to bugger off to Boston for a bit and check out the potato fields.
How were they?
They were great, you know. I didn't need to buy dinner for like a month. It was just like, any potatoes going out in.
I think we all learned a lot about vegetables, didn't we? I've never seen broccoli growing before, and now I've seen fields and
I
fields of
thought
it.
it grew in the ground.
Yeah,
Turns grows on top of the ground.
stranger than you think.
Weird.
Damien, any vegetables?
What
Like
is
onion
that?
cabbages?
I don't know about vegetables, but I have to say the countryside out there looked absolutely stunning, and you'll notice that when you watch the episodes, how beautiful it all looks.
You see, you did a really nice, serious answer, and they're like, who wants to talk about potatoes? Anyone?
Let's talk about your characters now. So, Bronwyn, you play DC Muriel.
I do. Yeah.
Who's pretty kick-ass. Like, she's a brilliant from
She-
the get-go.
She is such a pleasure to play, and the writers have done such a wonderful job in creating this young woman that is from a rural background. She's got 3 older brothers, so she's fighting for a place at the table all the time, but she's so smart, and she's a whiz kid at computers and stuff, and I think that's refreshing to see someone that, you know, looks the way she does, sounds the way she does, and is like, all right, well, I'm going to solve this case in 3 seconds flat on my laptop, and no one else needs to lift a finger because I've got it all.
And we've got a clip of her in action. Let's take a look.
I'm not like everyone else, so I'm excited you're here. It's like Ronaldo's sign for the Imps, you know. Love what you did in Cincinnati. Pro-oriented police reform. 69-point drop in citizen complaints. 56% down on citizen fatalities during encounters with police.
Tell me about Queen Anne's.
The street, the park, the pub, and the posh school.
The school. My daughter's just started. What's the story? Do you have any issues there? Any substance abuse, that kind of thing?
We ran a self-harm awareness event there last Halloween. That was very well attended.
I like you, Yardsley. You remind me of me when I was your age. Smarter than the rest, misunderstood, overweight if you must know.
Seriously?
Hard to believe, isn't it?
I'm not fat. I'm farm stock. I've got 3 older brothers. Every ounce of flesh is a war of wage for my very existence. Like, this isn't fat. This is prime Lincolnshire pork.
Any disadvantage?
This isn't a disadvantage. So she's a sidekick, but she's kicking sides and asses.
How does her relationship with Bill's evolve? over the series?
It's really cool. I mean, when you first meet her, you can see how just giddy and over the top, and she's so excited that he's here because he's going to whip everyone into shape. And then as they kind of get closer and he gets more involved in the cases and stuff, there's parts where they kind of work really well in tandem. They're like, oh, hey, Scooby-Doo, I don't know, Scrappy, what do you think? And that kind of thing. But then there's parts where one of them thinks they're right, the other one thinks they're right, and it's like, because they're the same person, just Muriel's a bit nicer. So yeah, their relationship kind of has the ups and, you know, pitfalls and all that.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a deep sense of respect within each other.
Vivian, tell me about your character. Is it DC Breaks?
Yeah,
Bit of a wind-
PC Drakes. Yeah, definitely.
Bit of a wind-up merchant.
Yeah, he's a bit of a cheeky chappy, sort of like a class clown. Tries to get away with what he can and mess around as much as possible. But then he sort of gets roped into not roped in, but like him and Anthony Flanagan, who plays PC Cobley. They're both kind of like chums and they're beat cops, but they kind of get roped into more, not detective stuff, but they kind of help Muriel out as much as possible. And that kind of develops more and more with each episode. They get more involved. And then the 3 of us are kind of like, I don't know, the Musketeers or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 3 Musketeers galloping around the fields of Lincolnshire.
In Saki.
Yeah, very much so.
What did you guys do any research for playing like Northern Police?
Oh yes.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Actually, my dad's a
His
policeman.
dad's
Yeah, my dad's a little bit. So I'd
So not much research needed there.
Not much research, I'd just be like, every time he'd bring his uniform on, I'm like, I'm just going to try it on, get your baton out. But yeah, there's only so much you can, legally tell me. But I always used to, nag him to try and go in the precinct and meet everyone. And him and his work colleagues actually have this thing called a bun fine. For police officers when they're working on a case and they get caught on CCTV or have to go on the news to be like, this is what's happened and I'm a policeman, they have to buy buns for the entire precinct.
What?
So everyone, whenever they're on a job, they're like, okay, there's CCTV, right, how can I arrest him without getting caught on camera? So now apparently I've been put on bun fine. I'm like, no, I'm a pretend police officer. You can get imaginary buns and that's it, you're not policing me. That's his own, not a chance.
I love these insights, that's great.
Yeah.
We've got a question actually from social media saying, this is Zara on Facebook. The show is about a clash of cultures and an outsider struggling to fit in, but did you all get along as a cast and crew? Was it the opposite of what we see?
It's up to you.
I think we got on very well, like a house on fire. We were singing and dancing and sometimes rapping away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was good fun. I don't think there was any clashes. It's a wonderful cast and a wonderful crew. All the people behind the camera that you don't see.
Yeah.
I think we all bonded very nicely. We're seeing some of them afterwards. I think this week at some point.
And the cinematography is beautiful. It looks very, very cinematic. So Rory, how did you sort of ensure that the aesthetic kind of was achieved in the way that you wanted?
Well, what's great is that Lincolnshire lends itself to cinema so easily because it's wide and it's flat, and so getting that cinematic landscape was incredible. Wherever you point the camera, it's actually really stunning, and I think we sort of felt great. It hasn't been on screen before. What a gift to us!
Mm-hmm.
But our director Charles Martin really had a kind of an eye for that straight away, and our DP, and we had done series. There's 3 directors, three DPs, director of photography, and but we were always thinking this has to be really cinematic. It has to kind of feel a little bit bigger. I think out there's so much to see on TV now. There's a lot of competition for everyone's eyeballs, and we thought if this is going to really deliver, if we're going to deliver Rob Lowe on ITV, we've got to deliver it in a really spectacular way.
So I know it's very early days and we haven't even had the first episode yet, but are you thinking about a series 2?
The stories are potentially there to do it.
Yeah.
I think Rob, now he's had a break, now he's been back to Santa Barbara and had a bit of sunshine, would be ready to come back to London and to Lincolnshire and settle back in with us all. But yeah, no, he everyone I think would be ready to go, but let's see. I think hopefully if it's popular and everyone likes it, then we'd love to make another one.
You could always have a PC Drake spin-off.
Exactly. That we have talked a lot about.
I'm already
I didn't want to say, but there's a few.
It's going to be like Frasier.
Yeah,
they've run for seasons.
Has Rob taken any lingo back to Santa Barbara with him?
Yeah. There's been definitely a few moments on set where, because I'm someone that, this is how I talk, and I'll be having a conversation with him like, I went to shops the other day and, got some victuals and my tea and got some bits and bobs, and talk a mile a minute at him, and he's there going, I'm really sorry, I don't understand. Okay. But, so there were definitely times where I'm like, this is what this means and this is what this means. So,
what was his favourite thing that you taught him?
Victuals.
Victuals, is there like victuals, get your victuals.
What is victuals?
It's like snacks, and you get your victuals like your sandwiches, you get some biscuits, you have it with your tea.
It's definitely tea.
We call it scram where I'm from, get your scram.
I love the audience is joining in now.
This is what Rob was like, he was like, scram, wow, that's so cool, scram.
I love it. He's asked for everything. I am so excited for everyone to watch Wild Bill. It's on tomorrow night at 9 PM on ITV. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Please give it up one more time for Rory.
Good luck in it. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.